Hello, my name is Michael Spicer and I'm here to talk to you about parenting. Parenting, is there anything more joyful and fulfilling, aside from living a carefree life and doing all the things that you want to do? Parenting is a journey of ups and downs, with plenty of moments that will make you laugh, that will make you cry, that will make you stressed, that will make you more stressed, that will make you even more stressed than you were before. But it's not all that bad. There are things that I do every single day for my children that wind me up, like I have to make this special sort of banana Weetabix porridge thing every morning, and I hate it because I just don't like bananas. I don't like the way they feel. I don't like the strips that you get on the outside. It's just awful. But when I go away for work or whatever, and there are a few days where I don't have to make their breakfast, I really miss doing it. I've moved over here now because this part of the video is sponsored by HelloFresh. Yes, to be a good parent, you need to prepare meals that satisfy your children's nutritional needs. For a parent, just put what you can in your mouth and pass out. But as you may have noticed, time is tight, and you may not always be able to make it to the supermarket. So what's a parent to do when your kitchen looks like it's been set dressed for an episode of The Last of Us? That's where HelloFresh comes in. HelloFresh offers tasty, nutritious meals delivered right to your door, complete with step-by-step recipes that only take around 15 to 25 minutes to prepare. You can customise your meals each month so that your family never gets bored. For instance, I ordered this tandoori chicken masala curry and I made it last night, and it was absolutely delicious and very enjoyable and easy to prepare. This one says mild spice, which coincidentally was my nickname at university. And the best part is you can either pause or cancel your subscription and even change the delivery address when and wherever you like. That's wonderful, isn't it? Thank you, HelloFresh. Use my code MSpicerF4L at the checkout to get 60% off your first box, plus 20% off the next 2 months, and free desserts for life. Once again, to all parents watching, that's free desserts for life. That's the end of this ad for HelloFresh. Now let's get back to the rest of the video. But where did it all begin? There are many different ways in the 21st century to becoming a parent now, as opposed to the one very, very popular old-fashioned way, which has proved successful. I'm not going to, Many babies are planned, but sometimes conceiving a baby is simply a happy accident. I mean, very often it just boils down to a simple 5-minute event in your life, which could change your life for the rest of your life. No children yet, but my wife and I are trying at the moment. It's been a bit of a struggle, but we've been trying all sorts of various techniques and methods. I've been cutting down on caffeine, which I hear is very good. My wife is trying all sorts of supplements. She's dieting. I'm dieting. We're all dieting. We've both started going to the gym and doing regular exercise regimes. We've hired a nutritionist who comes around twice a week to advise us on what we should be doing and not doing. Obviously we've got schedules, calendars, diaries, maps. We've also got maps. I don't know why, but we've tried some new age stuff. My wife has gone to bed for the last 3 nights with a necklace of used tea bags, and I've been showering in Vimto. It's a bit dispiriting at times, not being able to welcome a new life into the world, but we're trying hard. Anyway, what about you? Have you got any children? Yeah, 6. 6? Yeah, I don't really know how it happened, really. We only planned for 1. Just sort of happened. Oh. I'm not sure how the 6th one happened at all. I think we just high-fived or something. Adoption can sometimes add a bit more chaos to the process of parenthood. Best case scenario, you end up with little baby Superman, or worst case scenario, orphan. So there are many different ways to having a baby, but it's important to know that in those early days there are some things that you just can't escape. There is nothing in your life that can prepare you for having a newborn baby. Except this video. Please do like and subscribe. Everything about your life will change overnight. Have you got money? Not for long. Not a fan of high-pitched crying? I'm sorry. That's non-negotiable. Enjoy sleep? Hey, who doesn't? Well, say goodbye to that too. Sleep is something that we all need, but you're just not going to be able to choose when you sleep anymore. So if you're watching this and you don't have children, please can you go and have a nap right now? Make the most of it. Sleep for us. That's another way of looking at it. On second thoughts,
Go and have a sleep, but keep this video playing because it really helps my algorithm. As your newborn begins to grow, you'll realise that there's a sort of a challenge there to sort of keep it alive. And they'll test your ability to do that on a daily basis, which is terrifying. Infants are constantly trying to hurl themselves off from dangerous heights, swallow toxic substances, play with anything sharp, and worst of all, having to talk to strangers on the street about your baby. Despite your best efforts, your child will keep getting bigger, and it will then look to you to teach it to do things. Yes, you. You'll teach it to walk, talk, eat food, so hopefully you know how to do those things already. Are you not really the teaching type? Well, you are now. And your report card is a list of milestones that they must reach in a timely fashion, otherwise you will be labelled a deadbeat parent. Or at least you think you will. And that's really the crux of this.
Morning, my lovely boy. Now, before I get you out of the cot for your morning milk, let's see if you did that maths equation I left you with last night. Oh. You don't even appear to have tried to answer. I am convinced that you are a child genius. It's just that I will need some proof at some point. I mean, this is a fairly simple question, Nathaniel. A square has a length of 12 centimetres and a width of 5 centimetres. Calculate the area of the square. I mean, it's just a... Oh, wait a minute. That's not a square. That's a rectangle. That's why you didn't answer. Oh, you are a genius. I knew it. You're a genius. Brilliant. Patricia, could you... Oh, no, she's left me. Oh, I'm going to text her immediately. Oh, she's blocked me. You text her. That's it. No, hold it the right way up. That's it. No, don't eat it.
As your child grows and grows and becomes more and more autonomous, one might think that things do get easier. That is partly correct. For instance, I sleep better now because my children are not babies anymore. They're little children. And that's terrific because when they were babies, they got on my nerves. But now they're developing their own little personalities, which brings its own issues. So for instance, you can play them the original Star Wars trilogy every weekend until they enjoy it, but then they might come back with their own opinions about the whole universe in general. They will still form an opinion of their own about Star Wars, but about film, about culture, about everything. And what's worse is they might actually like the prequels rather than the originals. I mean, as a parent, you really do need to prepare yourself for this kind of horror.
So here we go, son. We're finally going to watch the Back to the Future trilogy. Oh, I've been waiting a long time for this. Okay, Dad, and what's this about? It's about a teenager who travels back in time to 1955, then travels forward in time to 2015, then further back in time to 1885. Does he travel into the future at any time? Yes, I just said in part 2. He travels forward into the far distant future of 2015. Well, that was nearly 10 years ago. This whole trilogy is now in the past. What are you doing? I'm staring ahead to the tune of Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel. Why can't I hear it? I'm only playing it in my head, otherwise we'll breach copyright.
The bright side of it is that your child might introduce you to things that you didn't realise you wanted in life. A lot of adults I know have had a completely life-changing experience because they were subjected to a particularly emotional episode of Bluey. Your child will start developing friendships outside the normal sort of arranged friendships that you're responsible for. And that's because you're friends with the parents, the nice parents, the ones that you want to spend time with. The ones who aren't slightly weird and try to corner you to get you to join the Reform Party. That might be just where I live, actually. A lot of the children that your child will be friends with, you won't really have much time for. You won't really care for them. It's also at this point that you'll realise that you don't actually like any child except your own, because your child is absolutely perfect and every other child seems to have these massive flaws. I still don't know why that is. As your child grows, like some sort of mad beanstalk, it's a good idea to put them into certain sort of organised activities. You know, it helps them develop their confidence, their skills, and it also gives you 1 hour alone in your car to sleep. If you do have more than one child, I mean, God help you, it's tough, isn't it? But if you do have more than one child, there is a chance that both of them will be into completely different, separate things, which means you might have one who's extremely into his sports and another one who's extremely into his art. How am I doing, Dad?
Oh, sorry, son. I'm just watching your brother over at the other end of the park painting a tree in art class. Sorry, what was it? What did you say?
How am I doing?
Yes, very good. You just need to hit more diagonal balls over to the left because the winger on this side has got the beating of his fullback.
Okay. How am I doing, Dad?
Yes, very good, son. You just need to accentuate the focus point so that you can direct the viewer's eye towards the tree, thereby creating a sense of harmony between the subject and its surrounding environment.
Okay. Was that a good diagonal ball, Dad?
Yes, very good, son. It exploited some space in behind to allow for the left winger to make some playful, masterful strokes.
How's this, Dad?
Yes, that's it. Don't forget to send in some colour through the channels to fill those pockets of space in the foreground.
We just don't seem to be able to score today, Dad.
Oh, don't be downhearted, son. Van Gogh only scored 1 goal in his lifetime.
What? I've finished, Dad.
Oh, good. What was the score?
What?
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 Why couldn't you have both been gamers?
Soon, of course, they'll be all grown up and they'll be going to the prom and they'll be going travelling and they'll be hiding their vapes from you. And you'll have to convince yourself that it wasn't last week that you had them on your shoulder trying to get them to burp. And then they'll get to 18 and technically you won't be responsible for them anymore. But of course that doesn't really change. If you think that when they get to 18 the parenting stops, well, it just doesn't. It just evolves. It just changes and you adapt to it. And the weird thing is that my focus has changed. I was all over the place before children. And then I suddenly became a lot more concentrated on certain things I wanted to achieve. And I went and achieved them. Well, some of them anyway. And although I really do applaud people who choose not to have children, that's great. Have fun. Absolutely. Personally speaking, I think I probably would have continued floating around not doing a great deal had I not had children. So, they helped me, and now I'm committed to helping them. It's quite upbeat, wasn't it? Like and subscribe. Goodbye. Don't forget, for 60% off, use the code MSPICERF4L or use the QR code on the screen.